Hey everybody, it's Double B Billy Bujo, aka Wrestle Gamer, back here on the WGS YouTube channel. Now, I'd like to take this time out to talk about something that wrestling in general should have been doing. You know, back in the 80s, we had a great abundance of managers in wrestling with Bobby Heenan, Jimmy Hart. That's Jimmy Mouth at South Hart, by the way. I want to get that right because he deserves proper respect. We had Paul Bearer, a.k.a. Percy Pringle, as a manager. He was manager for Undertaker and Kane. We've also had a lot of great managers in WCW. A lot of great wrestlers turned to managing. Now, a lot of people believe one of the main reasons, one of the sole reasons managers were used back in the day, like Bobby the Brain Heenan and Jimmy Hart and such, were for wrestlers who had great in-ring ability, but were lousy on the microphone. Now, needless to say, there weren't a great many wrestlers who, well, were not very good on the microphone. Now, I am not going to insult Ravishing Rick Rude. Ravishing Rick Rude had great mic skills, and I believe the whole reasons why WWE had Rick Rude and Bobby the Brain Heenan together is because they had, I wouldn't say like such great chemistry with each other. They kind of meshed as characters back in the day. Both men knew how to drew good heat from the crowd. We've also had guys who did not talk. Haku, aka Ming, he really didn't talk very much. They had the Wild Samoans, who didn't do a very lot more talking. The Head Shrinkers, another one who were managed by Alpha and Captain Lou Albano, who, by the way, was another great manager in his day. And what's happening now, ladies and gentlemen, in mainstream wrestling today is the possibility of them bringing managers back. Number one example and the best thing for it right now is they've paired up Michael P.S. Hayes, who is a fantastic talker, as evidence as WWE Superstars. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to go on their YouTube channel and watch it. The man is golden on the microphone. He knows what he's doing. And they're pairing it up with Tyson Kidd. Now, Tyson Kidd, he is very athletically gifted. I will give him that. He's got the skills of a great wrestler. The only thing that's lacking in his department is the mic skills. So, they paired him up with Michael PSAs to try to do the talking for him, and I think that is great. I think there are a lot of wrestlers today who are not really great talkers in the ring, who need managers to do the talking for them. And I believe that it would be the best way to get these people over and start making the product good again. I mean, if there are still wrestlers that I can think of right now who are in desperate need of managers to help put them over. I mean, one thing is Mason Ryan. Mason Ryan doesn't do a lot of talking in the WWE, and that's for a reason. It's not because he's Welsh or he's a Batista clone. It's the fact that, he's got the look, but he doesn't have the vocals. He can't really talk. His character. I mean, the only thing we know him for in the WWE is being in the Nexus and following CM Punk. And as far as that goes, CM Punk, he's kind of, even though he's a wrestler per se, he's kind of the manager at the same time of the Nexus. You have to think about it that way. Managers in today's business, you have to have a great voice for it. You have to have a great talent for talking. Just like commentators like me, per se, you have to have a great talent for talking. And that's what sells. Now, if you can't talk in this business, you're basically a one-dimensional wrestler. The only thing you can do is just go in there and just wrestle, and you can't do nothing else. That's not what today's wrestling fans are expecting of you. They're expecting more possibly showmanship. They want to see how well you can interact with the crowd, not just physically, but verbally as well. I mean, there are so many superstars, and not just in WWE, but in TNA or Impact Wrestling, who can use managers to help get themselves over. I mean, come on. I mean, Yokozuna, the late great Yokozuna, he had Mr. Fuji and Jim Cornette throughout the vast majority of his career. And he used them to get himself over as a heel in his promos, in his segments. I mean, I'm trying to think of more wrestlers who are not great talkers. Ezekiel Jackson. Ezekiel Jackson is another wrestler. He's got the look, and he's got the skills, but he does not have the vocal ability to get his character over. He needs a manager. That's one other person here. So like I said, there are so many different wrestlers, but I am very hip to the idea of managers making a comeback in mainstream wrestling today. So my question to you people who are watching the video right now, if you can pick any wrestler in the WWE that I have not talked about, WWE or Impact Wrestling, who you believe could use a manager in the worst way to get their gimmick over, who would it be and why? Post your comments in the comment section below. Again, all comments are greatly appreciated. Until then, I'm Double B, aka WrestleGamer. Thanks for watching.